according to the judges, landed a blow. I find that very odd. Always have done.
It's even more confusing as well because the judges' buttons, in the ring, from where the judges are sitting on this side anyway, the red corner is on the right-hand side and the blue corner is on the left-hand side, yet the buttons are the other way round, so that's even more confusing and more difficult for the judges.
It really is, because, as you said, the little panels that the judges hold in their left hands and they push with their right hands are colour-coded, red and blue. It's very confusing for them.
And blood now coming from Mulhern's nose in this first round. Mulhern trying to put the pressure on. Trainor trying to stay nice and calm. A little bit of that blood splattered on his shorts. Ducked low to avoid a left there from Mulhern. Trying to get in and out. The man from Manchester, and the end of round one. Steve, what did you make of that?
It's a typical opening light flyweight contest at the ABA Championships. Both boxers moving too much, but that's understandable. It's expected. You know, these are both young kids. They're going into this contest with an awful lot to prove to each other. They have some mutual opponents, but they've never sparred. They've obviously never boxed each other. Trainor's the slight favourite, but only just. And in my opinion, he perhaps just took that round, but not by very much, just by 1 point maybe, or 2 points at the very most.
Well, in fact, we've got an update there, because I can tell you that Trainor took it by 3 points to 1 according to the judges. We're keeping a close check on that for you. So there's the boy Trainor, who is leading at the moment on the judges' scorecard, just taking some information from Joe Gallagher in the corner, and very eager to get on with it.
And yet, if you were watching that, you might think, but the guy from Coventry in the red corner did all the pushing. Well, that's not the way it works in amateur boxing. It's clean blows.
Mulhern doubling up the punches there, but Trainor covering up well. Trying to jab in and out. They fall awkwardly into one another. And again, blood coming from the nose of Mulhern. Trying to bully his way in against the younger man. And the smaller man, Owen Trainor. And the referee judging that not to be a punch, just making sure that there's no dust on the gloves, and he's just now getting a little bit of a pad out to just wipe clean that damage on the nose of James Mulhern. Started bleeding again very quickly in that second round. It may just have been a clash of heads rather than anything else. The referee just making sure that Mulhern is okay to continue. So that tied it up, and off we go once again. Called a timeout there, so that means that the timekeeper's watch will have been stopped, and make sure we get 2 minutes in each round. Again, close work. Nerves obviously playing a part in this contest. Trainor goes for a big one, but misses out on it altogether, and a decent counter there from Mulhern, the man in blue, just to remind you, but boxing from the red corner, as symbolised by that red sash round his waist. Still plenty of blood coming from Mulhern's nose, won't be helping him psychologically. Covering up well there, Trainor, as Mulhern tried to attack. A left which scored there from Trainor, short little left. Nice right there from Trainor as well. Once again, Mulhern coming back, but Trainor covering up quite nicely. Not taking too many of those blows, but he's sticking at it, Mulhern. He's game.
You know, there's absolutely nothing scored for hitting a guy 4 or 5 times on the gloves. And in fact, if you look at the Cubans, who've been the most successful amateur boxing nation since 1968, when they advanced onto the scene, all of their boxers throw 1 or 2. You seldom ever see a Cuban throw 3 punches. And you seldom ever see a Cuban advance when a guy's got his hands up. Quite the reverse, they step off, because you just can't score blows in a corner like that. What we just saw there before they broke to clear the nose was Trainor trapped in a corner. The kid from Triumph throwing maybe 10 punches. I doubt if one of those was a scoring blow. Trainor still trying to work his way inside the guard of Mulhern, and the end
of round 2, and the corner has certainly got a lot to do to try and staunch the flow of blood from Trainor's nose. Not too much of a difficulty. It doesn't look as though it's stopping him breathing properly.
What's interesting is after the first round, which we all thought that Mulhern had won, Trainor was 3-1 up. Now, Frank Maloney, who's sitting next to me, I know you were particularly surprised by that, Frank.
Definitely. I mean, I know amateur boxing scored different, but I would have had Mulhern winning that round purely on his aggression alone. He was trying to make a fight of it. And what does surprise me with amateur boxing is how often the referee stops the fight at a sight of a little bit of blood at the nose, which doesn't give the fighters a chance to keep the continuity going.
In fact, Frank, after 2 rounds, Trainor's still in front. He's in front 4-2, and yet, again, it looked like Mulhern, on pressure, had won the round.
Mulhern definitely won that round. I mean, Trainor just kept on his back foot, running away, just trying to flick out a left hand all the time.
Here we go then, round 3. In fact, I think it may be, we're getting some information to us. It may have been a little bit unclear originally, but I do think actually that you're right there, and that it is the blue corner Trainor that is in front 4-2, so it's certainly a little bit confusing. But anyway, we still think that on the scoring, Trainor is in front from the blue corner 4-2. Not with the blue kit on, just to remind you. Referee just warning Mulhern there about boxing, about pulling, I should say. Again, almost a nasty clash of heads there. That's where the guards do come in helpful, when the 2 heads go close to one another. Not the tidiest contest. Mulhern slapping out the left hand. Be interesting to see whether any of the judges regarded those as scoring punches, rather slapping, and not with the knuckle part of the glove. Nice little straight left that time by Trainor.
He does move well, Owen Trainor, if you think about it. His balance is good. You know, he's only a young kid. I think he's 19. You know, he's just touching. You know, his balance is fantastic. It's lovely. It's lovely to watch him move. But the thing is, I don't think he's as physically strong as Mulhern. And over 4 rounds that might tell, but it would certainly tell over 6, 8 or 10 or 12 in the pros.
Well, Trainor down there, but the referee rightly deciding it was a push and nothing else. Mulhern, the taller man, now trying to put on the pressure just a little bit to try and narrow this 2-point gap that we saw at the end of round 2. Good evasive work there by Trainor, ducking under the punch of the Coventry man, who works downstairs then. Don't hold once again, says the referee to James Mulhern from the Triumph Club in Coventry. Looking a little bit more confident now, Mulhern. The man in the blue outfit from the red corner.
Yeah, and so he should look confident. I think that, you know, he's overcome the slightly tricky style, a slightly elusive style of Trainor, and he knows how to do it. You just run forward, you just apply pressure.
And working well there, Mulhern, to punches. He caught a right on the way in, but finished the round well there, James Mulhern from the Triumph Amateur Boxing Club in Coventry.
In fact, looking at the 2 of them now, looking at Joe Gallagher in the corner there, working with Owen, I know what he's saying to him. He's saying to him, look, you won the first round, the second round according to the points was a draw. You know, I think you may have lost that one. It's all on this last, because this kid knows. He'll be thinking about Mulhern, he'll be telling Owen, this kid knows it's this round or bust. And that's an awful lot of pressure.
And in fact, it's been levelled to 6-6, so that's good work from Mulhern.
Well, it's great work
back
from Mulhern.
To 6-6.
It means he won the last round according to the points by 4-2, which in the point scoring system here in Europe, not in America, but here in Europe, a 4-2 point round is quite strong, I have to tell you that. So in that sense, right now, if you were a gambling man, you'd be putting your money on the kid from Coventry.
Yes, you would. As we come into the last round, 2-minute rounds. No longer 3-3s in amateur boxing. It's 4 2-minute rounds. And Mulhern is going to give it everything here to try and take Trainor apart here. The younger boxer. Nice right that time by Trainor though, but he's caught with a left himself, Trainor. Good evasive work by Mulhern, dodging that right from Owen Trainor. Owen Trainor had a walkover in the Southern semi-final when Duncan Baraball of the Army withdrew. Mulhern came through the semi-final on countback against Darren Langley. And many rated Langley as unlucky there. Out of range that time, Trainor. Boxing much better, Mulhern, at the moment. Tries to land, but just goes over the top of Trainor's head. Nice right that time from Mulhern.
Frantic pace, isn't it? It's almost a breathless pace. So we're used to the leisurely 12-3s. This is it's left me sweating here, Graham.
Absolutely. They've got to go gung-ho for it to try to score as many as they can. They've got to keep the pace high. They can't afford to really pace themselves in this. This is very much the 100 metres as opposed to the mile. Nice left by Trainor. But has he done enough in this final round? Or has it been shaded by Mulhern? Straight left by Mulhern. The sort of punch that will catch the judge's eye. Another left by Mulhern. Seemed to hit the target as well. Right downstairs. Although for some reason, especially internationally, body punches they don't seem to score as many of, which is a big shame.
If you are an amateur and you want to use a body punch, it's got to be a very showy shot, a very big shot.
End of the contest. Good effort by James Mulhern in the last 2 rounds, and has that been enough to win the contest for him and take it away from Owen Trainor in the red corner? There's Trainor taking his head guard off. Has he hung on, or is he going to be, like so many of his relatives, unlucky? Well, we reckon that the red corner has won it and that James Mulhern has come back to take it from Trainor. That's not official, but that's the information we have from the other side of the ring.
I think that's a fair assessment. You know, in the pure amateur terms, young Owen did take the first 2 rounds, but in the end, James Mulhern's pressure told, and I think he should run out deserving to win by no more than 1 or 2 points.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The winner, the score 9-7. Mulhern.
And Mulhern has done it. So Mulhern has done it. He's absolutely delighted. He's an ABA championship, and look at the boy on the floor, Owen Trainor. He can hardly believe it. He was on the floor, absolutely dismayed. He started very well indeed, but he was on the floor and is disconsolate virtually in his opponent's corner over there, looking at the skies, thinking what might have been. So very, very close. And he's almost inconsolable, Steve.
Yeah, but he's in tears now, and you can see why. He's the 4th member of his family, 3 generations to lose in ABA finals. He must be wondering, and the rest of the family behind us there in the yellow T-shirts must be wondering, what do we have to do to win one of England's coveted Amateur Boxing Association titles?
Look at him, look at his face there. Owen Trainor. He can hardly believe it. The tears of joy are coming from his opponent, James Mulhern, but he's so annoyed with himself, Owen Trainor, and it's going to be a difficult night for him. You can see that. Very, very difficult night for him, but he shouldn't be too critical himself. He's done very well indeed to get to this final at such a young age.
Absolutely not. You know, 6,000 amateur boxers